It is now officially 2025. The year of our Lord. It's gonna be a year. I feel like it's gonna be a year that's gonna be very trying. But for my bubble, I'm hoping good things. So it's January 1st. I do have today off. And it's Wednesday. My new psychiatrist, my new psychologist, was like, is there any reason you can't work 4/10s? I don't know, I'd never thought about it before, I never asked. And I just never, the worst they could say is no. And well, yesterday I submitted for 4 9s actually, not 4/10s. To have a break for therapy at lunch 1 day a week. A day like that is good. Because by that point I've had 4 hours of musing at work, so it's easier to talk. Or there's more to talk about, rather. I put my request on the door. I put in a change availability form. And it disappeared from the door, but did not show up on the complete side of the door in the same manner that the time off request slips that it was put with move from the new to completed pile. It just disappeared after the new pile. So I don't know if that means check the schedule, see what happens, or if it means in a couple of days someone's going to talk to me. I don't know. Hi, dog. I am enjoying the weather. I forgot to check it, so I can't give you a number, because I'm not great with that. My guess would be 60, 65, something like that, which is comfy. But here's one of the questions I have. A lot of the bushes and trees and stuff that I have on the property are like, they say to trim them in winter when the plant is dormant. But like, it's January 1st. We did get like a couple of really cold nights. But does that mean, it doesn't matter if I missed it or not. You can just fucking trim the tree whenever you need to trim the tree. But, have a ball? Thank you. We were real late last year with the apple tree. But need to calm the peach tree down a little because it's too tall. It's got these lovely big sweeping branches. Well, small. It's a small tree. But some of the branches that come off of it are too high. Too high to take care of, too high to pick. Peach tree and an apple tree. And a fig tree. The fig tree has not figged. I gotta do something about it too, and it's getting eaten by something. Something's taken up. Although it doesn't really seem to mind if its base is taken up. I guess it is a tree. But I need to, I think, thin the branches. And we did a trimming to half the apple tree last year. So, need to do that again. And get rid of, I think they're called water suckers. Like, do I get rid of all of them? Because then there are no branches. How do you know? How do you pick a branch to branch? They could definitely get bigger, and they have been bigger. Well, no, not the peach tree. The apple tree's been bigger. But it's too large to take care of. Hangs out closer to the street, can't get a ladder. Can't reach. This year I gotta be better about picking apples. I tend to do more picking off the ground for apples, which leads to lots of applesauce. But if I just picked the apples off the fucking tree, like an adult, usually they're good. It's not till they get on the ground that the wormies get them. We gotta put some love into the front yard at some point, though. I mean, the whole yard needs love, but the front yard's a little sanctuary. So it deserves the respect of being taken care of. But of course letting it be slightly wild. I want to go for a controlled wilderness look. Or confined feature. I think this property, I tend to call it the Bramble. There are brambles, and it picks the name. But I want the bramble to look like a love letter to the wilderness. I want it to look like outside, you know? I want it to feel like outside, and I want it to have some of the chaos and whimsy of wood. They took away our trees, but they can't take our freedom, huh, dog? They took away our trees, but they don't have to take away the fact that this backyard was a beautiful glade in the woods when we bought this house. This backyard was a glowing, mossy, green sphere. And I want to try to keep that spirit there as much as I can. That it's a clearing in the woods. Feel. But of course, with a very obvious dog run track with an embankment at the end. For turns. I also need to tackle roses. Right now, really, well, the first year, I don't know if I killed that rose bush or if that rose bush was dead when we got here. But there is one rose bush that has not made it. And the only real attention any of the others have gotten are the one that's on the driveway by my car because it was attacking me as I tried to get in and out of the car. And it's a real thorn boy. So. This year we're going to redo the garden. Right now it just has like 4 2x6s attached together in a square on the ground. It's not really a raised bed in any way. We're gonna pull those up and make one big garden bed. I'm excited. Should ask Josh if he wants to plan that. His big outside project this year was wood chipping the backyard. And I use the term wood chip very lightly. I got a delivery of like wood chipped trees because it was free. The wheelbarrow and the shovel were not free. And but the chips were. And we covered a very dirt-worn backyard, about more than half of it, with wood chips. I called it Project Forest Floor. And it's like, yeah. So there are some wood chips in there. It's a lot of pine needles, sticks and stuff, but it's been great. I've got to go in every so often and level it back out from all of the running. But just let the ground be the ground, you know? And it gets rid of. So we bought the bramble. The backyard was a glade, as I said. And most of the yard was moss. And then they took the trees and the moss died, and the dog runs in the same place. So there was just like this giant dirt path, and it was so muddy when it was wet, and it was awful when it was